All right, section 8.5 continued. I just gotten cut off. I was going to show you the check with the x equals 4. So let's just do that really quickly on part B here. If we square 4, we get 16, and 4 times 4 is 16, so 16 minus 16 equals 0, and you see that that one checks too. So x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 4, either one, and it gives you a solution. All right, now continuing on, we have x squared minus 6x is equal to 16. Now this one is not ready to be solved yet. We first of all have to have this thing in standard form. So standard form first is our first step. So we're going to add the opposite of 16 to both sides, so we'll get this thing in standard form. And then once we have it there, x squared minus 6x minus 16 is equal to 0. The next thing we have to do is we have to factor. So we're going to factor the polynomial over there on the left. So this over here needs to be factored. So we need the factors of 16 that give us a difference of 6. Well, 8 times 2 will do that. So we need an x and an 8 and an x and a 2. And then we'll need to put on their signs. So we have a negative 6, so that's a negative 8, and a positive 2. Now once we have that, of course, these two factors multiplied equals 0. And now we'll set each of these factors equal to 0. That's the zero factor property, right? If either one of those things equals 0, then the entire thing would be equal to 0. So we have those, and then we solve. So we add 8 here and add 8 here. So x is equal to 8, and here we add the opposite of 2, which is a negative 2, and so here x is equal to a negative 2. And so another way, remember, of writing it, we could write it as a roster. X is equal to negative 2 or 8 there, like that, or with the variables, we can write it this way. So just pay attention to how you're asked to write that. Now our next problem, again, we have to get everything on one side. So we're going to take things to the left side this time because the variable is, the squared variable is positive on that left side. So we want to keep it positive on the left side. And so I'm going to be adding all of these on the left side. So now I'll have x squared minus 4x and then plus 3 is equal to 0. And then the next thing I need to do is I need to factor that. So I need the factors of 3 that sum to 4. And so I have an x minus a 3 and an x minus a 1. Those are the factors that sum to 4. And that is, again, set equal to 0. Now I'm going to take each of my factors and set them equal to 0. So x minus 3 set equal to 0, or if x minus 1 is equal to 0. And if either of those factors, my a and my b, right, my a here and my b over here, if either one of those are equal to 0, then the entire thing will equal 0. So 3 comes in here and 3 comes in here. And x therefore is equal to 3, and positive 1 and positive 1 here, so x is equal to 1. So if x equals 3 or x equals 1, then we have a solution. Let's check it and just see. 3 squared is 9. 12 minus 3, yep, 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 equals 9. That's a check. And then 1 squared, that's 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Minus 3 is 1. 1 equals 1. Bingo. So indeed, we see that if either of these things are true, it does form the solution. All right, let's do it one last time here. You know what, on this one, I don't want a negative leading coefficient, so I'm going to bring these over here this time. So I'm going to add a 27x squared to both sides, and then I'm also going to be adding a positive 3. Ooh, and I think I may have copied this wrong. You know what? They've got an error in this one. So we're going to have to check this and see, and I will do that in the next video and find out what's missing, if it should be a negative 2x over here or a negative 3x, and which one's the constant. And I'll just have to work that out really quickly, and we'll fix it, and we'll come back to it in a second. But we know for sure we're going to do that. So we'll see you in the next video.